Hi there. Thanks for checking in. This is part two or part three of my videos on helping our kids with potty training. And this video is all about what are some things that I can do as a parent that are going to make the process go a little bit easier. So the first one that I love doing, which you can probably tell because you know I like to read books in a lot of my other videos. So, reading different potty training books or watching potty training video clips with your kids' favorite characters, if that's possible. A lot of favorite characters. Sesame Street characters, Daniel Tiger, Blue's Clues. I know Bear in the Big Blue House when my kids were a lot younger. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bluey and whoever is the newest sensation also maybe has some potty training books or videos out there. Um, Watching their favorite characters going through this routine can be really motivating for kids. Let's see. Also, they can help their dolls or their stuffed animals to go potty. My daughter actually had a potty time with Elmo doll that also included a little toy potty, and Elmo had diapers to pull on and off. And what we know about when kids are pretending and just doing that great pretend play is they're also kind of cementing their own learning, right? Or solidifying their own learning. So if your child is helping their doll or their stuffed animal go through all of the steps, they're also in their own mind, it's a way of kind of practicing and making sure they know the steps involved. Another thing that I've done in the past, some kids are very motivated by pictures or videos of themselves. So I have made my own books with kids with tasteful pictures that parents, you can take some tasteful pictures. And then you can even handwrite on the pages, or you can get one of those little 4x6 photo flip books that you can pick up at the pharmacy or something. But you can put those pictures of your child going through the steps, or you can download them onto paper and then have the labels of each step. And for some kids, watching themselves going through those steps, whether that's in a book that they're looking through, or for some kids, it was helpful to take a video and for them to see themselves going through the steps. Again, this is tastefully done. This is just for your family, for your child. But that those can be motivating. And for some kids, I worked with one little guy who really did not want to sit down on the potty for very long. We took a video and then we edited it so that even though he kind of sat down and then was back up again in 1 second, we edited it so that that part where he was sitting briefly, we we made that look on the video like he was sitting for about 30 seconds or so. Then when he watched it 2 times, and the next time he sat down on the potty, he sat for about 10 to 15 seconds. So it wasn't long enough for him to be successful, but again, just watching himself, it's kind of like for us adults when we visualize what we want to happen somewhere, it just helps us to feel more capable of doing it. So those videos or books can be really helpful for some kids. For little boys, target practice can be a fun activity for dads and sons. You can actually buy little targets, or you can just tear off pieces of toilet paper, put it in the potty, and standing up and doing target practice might be motivating for some kids. I know, as I alluded to in another video, that there are some people who are able to do like a 3 day, like, oh, we're just going to do it. No diapers, no underwear, let the child feel what's going on. And I do know some people who've had some success with that method. Um, I have not had a lot of success with it, but if you want to try it, oh my gosh, more power to you, and I hope that it works. Some other things that we can do, we can tell rather than ask. This one is hard for me. I am much more likely to ask my kids or kids I'm working with to do something. But if we ask them to do something, it's technically a question. And so, yes or no is technically an appropriate answer. With a lot of kids, when we're working on toilet training, we're also supporting their language development. And part of that is acknowledging. So if we say, hey, do you want to go to the bathroom? And they say no, well, that's valid. They don't want to go. Um, what I usually do in those cases is to tell them, oh, okay, you're not ready right now. We can go to the bathroom in a count of 5 or a count of 10. So I'll give, again, two kind of acceptable choices. So we're going to go to the potty in when we count to 5. You can put 2 more blocks on, and then we'll go to the potty. So then it's letting them know that it's going to happen, but also just giving that little bit of lead time so um, they they feel heard, that, yep, you're not ready right now. We're giving them a little bit of lead time, and then we're going to go ahead and then it's a direction. Now we're going to go there. We really want to try and communicate with all family members and care providers so everyone is using the same language and we're all working on the same thing at the same time. So I will hopefully, if I can figure it out here on YouTube, I will find a way to provide my plan for toilet training, and that is something that you would be able to download, and you can then get together with your child's daycare providers, grandparents, babysitters, just again making sure that we all know what we're working on and how we're working on it. Coordinating again with the school team or other caregivers really helps everybody to know what sorts of supports, what language we're using. The more consistent we are between caregivers, it makes it a little easier for our kids to understand what we're asking of them. The more consistent routines are, the quicker our kids tend to pick them up. We also want to target by using specific praise to let our kids know when they're doing the right thing and doing what we want them to do. So this is another one I work on all the time. It's very easy to say, oh, good job, you did it. And they're like, I don't know what I did. What did I do that was so great? So using some of that specific praise, you stayed on the potty for 2 minutes. I love how you stayed and sat. Oh, nice work. Oh, look at that. You pulled your pants down all by yourself. Ah, you're getting so big and you can help to take your pants down. So we're going to talk about specific things that the child is doing so that they're like, oh, that's what I did. Yeah, I want to keep doing that. We want to teach our kids the vocabulary. So again, it's nice to have that consistency between people, different families, different languages. We have different words for body parts and for peeing and pooping. So we kind of just want to make sure that, again, if we can be consistent with those, that's helpful. We can explain that everyone pees, everyone poops. and teach them that eventually it goes into the toilet. So, one way to do that is if they have a dirty diaper where it's not too messy and this isn't going to become more of a mess, you can help them to empty that into the toilet and then flush it so that they're seeing, oh, it ends up here and then it gets flushed. Kids this age might want to see after you use the toilet. And that's okay to show them, yep, mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, everyone poops, everyone pees. Look, it turned yellow. It's there in the toilet. And then we can flush it and it goes down. Bye-bye. We want to try not to talk about pee and poop as being gross and dirty and stinky and smelly, really because we want our kids to feel comfortable talking to us or letting us know if they're not using a lot of words, just letting us know I had an accident, I need to go, I'm going right now. We really want them to feel comfortable communicating that with us. And when they need to be changed or when they need to use the bathroom, the more we are comfortable talking about it, the easier it's going to be for them to be communicating that to us. And eventually, the more successful they'll be with actually getting there in time. All right, so that is kind of my thoughts on some things we can do as caregivers and adults. And please, again, like, subscribe, comment. Please let me know what your ideas are. If there's any ideas I'm sharing that you find especially helpful, please reach out and let me know. And that's it for right now. All right, have a great day. And again, thanks for stopping by.